So to finally wrap up the finals, I wanted to talk about what does this championship mean for the role players around this team. I've talked about what it means for each team individually. I've talked about what it means for everybody as players, especially Jokic, and I've talked what it's meant for the team itself. Right, a team which hasn't made it to the finals in 47 years, the longest from which a franchise has started to when they went to the finals and won a championship. So now we need to look at what does this championship mean for this team. You know, Apart from being a great accomplishment, there are certain players in this team which benefit greatly from a championship. This is in the Denver Nuggets, and these players include older vets, guys who have very young careers, and guys who probably a championship gives them a new pedigree, which they have never had. To start, we're gonna go with Jamal Murray. You know, Jamal Murray, this championship starts making him one of the stars in this league. He's already been phenomenal for many years, and the only thing that set him back was injury. But with this championship and the performances that he had, especially that Eastern Conference Finals, that puts him up there with some of the greatest secondary options of all time. And in my opinion, now he's become more than just he's the Jokic secondary star. No, now he's a proven player who plays better in the playoffs and can actually carry a team when he needs to. Now, that's Jamal. Then let's get into some of the other better players. For a guy like Caldwell Pope or KCP, it just means that he's getting his career rounded out as a role player and as a good one. Obviously, he's never going to be a star, but he's going to get paid good money, and he will always be a contributor into championship teams. We saw it with the Lakers, we saw it now, and we've seen it throughout his career that he has been phenomenal when it comes to championship teams. And then when we move down to other people in the starting lineup, we have Aaron Gordon, which it helps solidify his career, as originally he was just, he can run, he can dunk, he participated in the dunk contest, please. Let's see you do the trick again, jump over a car or jump over the Orlando creature. But now this has really solidified him as a solid role player and a great player. He can go to his home and watch his legacy and know that he has a championship and a ring, and that he can be an actual contributor for a championship team as one of the best players in some games. If we keep moving down the starting lineup, we'll find that a guy like Jeff Green is next. With a guy like Jeff Green, it means everything for him. He's been known as a journeyman from the Nets to the Nuggets to a plethora of other teams. He's consistently been a journeyman for this team and for the NBA, but now he gets a chance to redeem himself, to win a real award, and to be a contributor and a great mind in the making of this award. In my opinion, I think that he's had one of the greatest endings of his career, because as a role player, a guy like Matt Barnes, J.R. Smith, and all of these guys, one of the things that they get before they go is the championship. And I believe that it was very good that he found it before he retired, not have to go coach or do anything to actually win something. For a guy like Bruce Brown, what we see really is that now he's a solidified NBA role player. You know, this championship has showed his hustle, his defense, his effort, and how much he's willing to stick to the coach's plays and play through them just to win the game. Of course, he's not the best offensive player of all time, but he will have games where he explodes, and you just kind of have to rely on that, right? But in my opinion, I do believe that Bruce Brown benefits greatly from this championship, especially after getting swept last year with Brooklyn. But then you keep going down the list, and you see a guy like Michael Porter Jr. And what does that mean for him? You know, he's always been the third star. He's always been criticized for the way that he plays the game and the way that he handles himself on the court. But now he can actually justify his behavior and say like, "Oh, I've had many good games in the finals, and the way that I play is effective to winning." I believe it gives him some type of jewelry which he needed, and now he could probably keep going into bigger endeavors in his career, right? Like winning more championships, getting to an All-Star team maybe, or something like that. Then for the other guys, for Christian Braun, it means everything, obviously, as he's been a championship. He's been in the championship game and won 5 times out of his 7 years playing professional basketball. And in my opinion, that is a crazy statistics. And now he gets to have an NBA championship. So that means he's won at every single level that basketball has to offer in the United States. In my opinion, now what we have to do is give this Denver team some respect. You know, for other guys on the team, I would like to say, but since they are either way too in the bench or they don't. Oh yeah, last shout out is DeAndre Jordan. He had never won a ring, and he had been on the Clippers, great Lob City teams with Chris Paul and JJ Redick and etc. But he had never really had his own shine. He had never won anything substantial, and you could tell that the only thing that DeAndre Jordan wanted was actually to win something and to actually, you know, materialize something of his career that wasn't just an All-NBA team, which you got because of Chris Paul. But in my opinion, this has been the Denver Nuggets. They are carrying a legacy, and they have a lot of deserving players who are winning this championship. They are playing phenomenal basketball. They're being the best team in the league, and they are by far, completely, far and away better than every single other team which the league has to offer and which individually can make a run. The Denver Nuggets have done it. They've elevated into a new level, and honestly, we have to respect them for that.